And welcome to the 2025 Annual City of Columbus Veterans Day Employee Appreciation Luncheon. So before we get going, I'd like to get to know you guys a little bit better. So do we have anyone from the Army in here? Okay, not bad, not bad. What about the Navy? All right, all right. Air Force? Okay. How about the Marines? Happy birthday, Marines, November 10th. How about the Coast Guard? Okay, do we got one? I don't see, it's hard to see. And Space Force? Nobody, probably too early. Who first time? All right, great hands. And who here is retiring and ending, or having this for the last time? Got a few? So I'm going to put somebody on the spot here, but for the last timers, retirees, Mr. Like, do you have any advice for veterans in the room that have served or are serving with the City of Columbus? Keep serving and serve well. Thank you. So each fall, we, the employees of our great city, reflect on a year of work well done and begin our preparations for the holiday season. But we pause for a moment to pay due respect to those who have worn the uniform and borne the responsibility of securing and maintaining our nation's freedom. And those individuals are you. You are here to share a meal, hopefully some memories with your colleagues, because you've made service a calling card of your life. Whether you joined for 4 years or 40 years, or whether you're still serving in a reserve or guard capacity, you gave this nation one thing we cannot get back and cannot pay back. It's time. Time away from your loved ones, time away serving our country, and in certain circumstances in harm's way. I'm a beneficiary of your gift, and I know I speak for everyone at the City of Columbus. We are enormously thankful and grateful for your service and contribution. But the amazing thing about you is that you didn't stop there. After or while serving in uniform, you continue to carry the mantle of service and give the gift of your time in service to our Columbus community. You transition successfully using your tangible and intangible skills you gained from the military for our community's benefit. Once again, I am eternally grateful. Thank you for your service from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for what you've done for this nation and our community. I also want to take a moment to thank Zane Jones and our Department of Human Resources and the staff at the National Veterans Memorial and Museum for putting this event on. And now I'd like you to stand and rise and welcome Haley Gherkin for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner I'd now like to welcome Kevin King from Donato's.
I really hate to follow that. So that's some awesome singing. But on behalf of Donato's and the Grody family, just want to thank you for your service. We're thrilled to be a part of this event and to provide lunch for you. And I think very fondly of the service you gave to our nation, but then the service you give right back to our city. So thank you very much for all that you do every day to make Columbus the great city that it is. I do want to have some fun. I have some free pizzas to hand out, and those who are retiring, you raised your hands once already, but I would love to give you each a free pizza, so if you could raise your hands, or come on up. Can you come on up? And come on, be honest. You're in the service, so I expect you to be. That's awesome. All right, I have some more. Who's been with the city 40 years? 35? 35 or more? Come on up. All right, thank you. $30? There's got to be some 30 years in here too. Come on. Enjoy the free pizza. Thank you. You're welcome. And I think I'm going to go the other way. Who's less than a year? A veteran and less than a year for the city? Come on up, please. Next year I'll do something different, but for this year, that's what I want to do. Thank you for your service. Thank you. If you run down, you have to ground fight for it. Thank you. Thank you all for your service. Again, Donato's is thrilled to be a part of this. We're thrilled to be from Columbus, Columbus born down on the South End, and thrilled really to be a part of this event to celebrate you, those who have served our country and served our city. So thank you very much, and really appreciate it. And with that, I am going to introduce Gary Hensley. Sorry, Gary.
Sit. Izzy, down. Good girl, stay. Good afternoon, veterans. Oh, we could do better than that. Good afternoon, veterans. Good afternoon. All right, my name is Gary Hensley. I'm the AVP of Business Operations and Strategy here at the MVMM. It's my colleague, Tinsy. She's our Chief K-9 Officer. Just want to be transparent. I am not a public speaker. Okay, I don't know who made the decision to give a Marine a microphone up here. So with that being said, I want to tell you a little bit about us at the National Veterans Memorial Museum. We are a national museum with a national designation to represent all veterans, regardless of era, branch, conflict. What makes us different from other military-themed museums is the fact that we're not a military museum. We are a human museum around human storytelling, around the veteran experience. The full spectrum of veteran experience, not just your time in service, but what you do out of service, and how the military provides you the tools, the resources to be creative, resourceful, and that grit that we're well known for, and how we take that and apply it to life after service that has that military or veteran ingenuity, that veteran innovation, and how we're able to influence our communities, our family, and our country. Our mission here is simple. It's to honor all veterans, elevate their service, and amplify the service of everyone, everywhere. Now, we have a few different platforms that we use to accomplish this. The first platform I want to talk about is our national ceremonies. We have 4 national ceremonies, and we have our Vietnam Veterans Day ceremony, we have our Memorial Day ceremony, we have our Patriots Day ceremony, and next week we have our Veterans Day ceremony. If you guys have never been to one of our ceremonies, I want to invite you out on the 11th at 11 a.m. We have an amazing keynote speaker with Matthew Modine. Those who do not know Matthew Modine, he played Joker in the movie Full Metal Jacket. We actually have his exhibit downstairs in our gallery, so if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check that out. And then, second initiative that we have that I want to talk to you guys about is our Story Collection Initiative. We do this with partnering with different partners, but we have an amazing relationship with StoryCorps. StoryCorps allows us to not just record veteran stories so we can house it here at the museum, but it gives us an opportunity to preserve your story and archive it in the National Archives. That way it's available for future generations. Very cool program. If you're interested in learning more about it, we have literature over there on the rack. Please feel free to get that or ask one of our museum members or staff members for more information. Third program is our wellness program. This program is very near and dear to me. I started out here pre-COVID as a volunteer helping out with this program and has evolved throughout the years. NVMM ECHO, to engage, connect, honor, overcome. And what's different about this program with a lot of other veteran programs, it's not a program that's done with veteran isolation, that's veterans only and bringing veterans together. It's a program that's engaging with different community partners and connecting veterans with the community and the community to veterans. You know, with what we learned through here is that the community, that sense of purpose, sense of belonging, that camaraderie that this program brings, not just with the veteran community, but with non-veteran community, is just very meaningful and impactful and really helps tell that veteran story and make an understanding for everybody. You know, just last week, I had this unique opportunity that's very correlated to this program. I was out in Bangkok, Thailand, at the Jiu-Jitsu World Championships, representing Team USA. You know, I wasn't there wearing dress blues or camis. I was wearing a different uniform. You know, I was there with 2 other veterans, and we had about a team of 20. You know, and just like veterans do, we showed up. We put in work, and we brought the team together because that's what veterans do. They just really bring that camaraderie, that sense of community, sense of belonging, sense of purpose, and that's what you guys do every day. You know, you guys show up to work, you guys put in the work, and the impact that you have on this community, on this nation, is so meaningful. So with that, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you not just for your military service, but thank you for your continued service. So I want to take a second to just take advantage of being an NVMM staffer on stage. Usually when we have a staff member on stage, we have a colonel or a general. You know, not very often we have someone that's enlisted. So having the opportunity to engage with you, you know, I know as veterans we can get loud, right? And I know that every branch we have our own war cry, oorah, oorah. I have no idea what the Coast Guard says, okay? But I would like us to sound off, okay? And I want to count down and get the sound off. And I want this not just for me, but we have an accountant downstairs who's doing month end, and she's closing. I want her to think that we are being attacked, okay? Can you guys do that for me? All right, I am going to record this on my phone, so I will count down on 3, then you, as loud as you can, whatever your war cry is, I want to hear it. All right. On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Welcome to the museum. With that, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Councilmember Nancy Day Acauer.
Good afternoon. I am Columbus City Council member Nancy Day Acauer, and I am really honored to be here. I do a lot of events here at this wonderful place, so it's always great to be gathered here at NVMM. Now, 18 months ago, Council President Hardin, who was here earlier, He asked me to chair Veterans Affairs for Columbus City Council, and I was honored to accept this position. And I shared with him my desire to find ways for veterans and their families to grow and thrive in Columbus, and importantly, to know that you are appreciated. As the wife, daughter, and granddaughter of U.S. Army veterans, I have always lived in a home environment that understood and valued military service. I thank you. I thank you for your personal sacrifices, the sacrifices you made to not only serve our country, but your selfless commitment to protecting our nation and its values. You stepped up. You offered to put your life on the line if necessary to defend constitutional freedoms and democratic principles. And you played a crucial role in shaping our American history and securing our country from foreign threats. And beyond your military service, you continue to strengthen our city as employees doing the critical work that keeps this city running. As community leaders and as public servants, you contribute to the economic growth and the innovation that makes this city prosper. Columbus is better because of you. On behalf of City Council, I am always looking for ways to connect with and serve our veteran community. Our city is committed to making those connections, to showing our appreciation. Earlier this year, I sponsored, with the National Veterans Memorial Museum here, a female veteran-centered event during Women's History Month, because we know that female veterans are often overlooked. And in some cases, as the women who served in Vietnam, their service was denied. This was an opportunity for us to elevate them, to show our appreciation. We brought women together to share their stories and to encourage them to share their stories with others. And it was an experience that was so positive that we all decided to make this an annual event. We'll be hosting our second Saluting Women Who Serve here on March 19th, and we're looking forward to announcing our guest speaker soon. We're pretty excited about it. This spring, we brought back the Memorial Day service here in Columbus at the Lyndon War Memorial. It had recently been refurbished and relocated, and it had been about a decade since we'd had a community memorial service there. And the community was so happy to have that opportunity to give their respects to those who had made the ultimate sacrifice. This last Monday, we presented Franklin County Veteran Services Commission with a ceremonial resolution in appreciation of their work for veterans throughout Franklin County. And for the second year in a row, we co-sponsored Think Veterans First Ohio Vet Expo, an opportunity to lift up veteran-owned businesses. And we co-sponsored the Mill Vets Veterans Day Rally. Do y'all remember when we used to have a parade on Veterans Day? And lo and behold, people don't like to go to parades in November because it's often cold. So we decided to do a rally instead. And so we're bringing it back. It'll be on Sunday from 11 to 4, and it's free. We hope you all come on down. And we're also co-sponsoring the Veterans Day ceremony that was mentioned earlier. We want to keep uplifting to our community that veterans matter, that they need to be honored, they need to be celebrated. And so we continue to find opportunities to do that. So it's been a busy 18 months, but I'm looking for more opportunities. So if you all come across something that you think should be elevated, an event, even if it's a small event in a community that celebrates veterans, let us know so we can partner and help elevate that. I am doing this work because I believe in the importance of serving those who have served. All of you, you have done a service to your country, and we need to highlight that. We always need to be shining a light on the ways people can serve our country and be a part of something bigger than themselves. You have all been a part of something important and honorable. Your time in the armed forces exemplified service above self, and you continue to contribute to this city and to our society. You matter. You matter to the city of Columbus. And on behalf of Columbus City Council, I thank you for your service. I would now like to invite up to the podium our city attorney, Zach Klein.
Well, how y'all doing? I'm going to take this out because when you're 6'6", the mic is never set to where you need to be. Look, I love this event every year because it's a celebration of who you are as individuals and the service that you've given to our country, but now the service that you're giving to the city. But equally so, I love the event because it's also, I think, a window into your heart. Because you have sacrificed for our country, you have donned the uniform, you have perhaps served abroad, you have sacrificed, you may perhaps have served in theaters of war. But at the same time, you've come back to your community and you continue to serve. You continue to serve the citizens of the city of Columbus. And I think that speaks highly about the type of person that each and every single one of you are. Is the person that wants to give back and make a difference to their community. And I think when we turn on the television, maybe open up our social media feed, we see a lot of anxiety in the world being displayed on the television or on our phone, where that anxiety is sometimes driven by fear of the economy, or foreign conflicts, or of chaos in the streets of America. And it comes times of are we even able to reach the American dream anymore? And I bring that up because as complicated as things are, if we go back to what's in your heart and what's in the heart of others, that instead of looking at it from a Republican, Democrat, or liberal, conservative, or male, female, gay, straight, urban, rural, but we look at it from a sense of Americanism, in the sense of love for your fellow man and woman and your neighbor, that we're able to not recognize that those things don't exist and the anxiety's not there, but gives us hope that we can get through them. And I think we've lost that a little bit with our country. But we have the ability with the service that's in your heart and lifting you up and the example that you have given to us, that we have this ability to overcome all of the complications. So we need you to continue to be the leading and shining example with the heart of service and the heart of love towards your neighbor and towards one another to tackle some really important things that are going on, not just in our city, but in our country and around the world. But when we look at it through how we serve each other, I know we can get it done. And so thank you for being the shining examples that you are of putting country first, of putting your neighbor first, because of the love that you have in serving and giving back to the community. Thank you so much. And I want to bring up my friend, the mayor of the city of Columbus, Mayor Andrew J. Ginther. But thank you for serving the city and thank you for serving this country.
Good afternoon. What a beautiful day here in our city, and a beautiful day for us to celebrate you and your service. 10% and growing is the city workforce that have served in the armed forces throughout the years. Some of our best employees, our leaders, the folks that are making a difference in our neighborhoods all over our city. This is a very special place. I think I might have mentioned it last year that every time I'm in this building, I think about my dad. One of the last great memories I had with him before he passed away, he served in Vietnam and was awarded a Bronze Star, Purple Heart, very badly wounded in Vietnam. But one of the last great memories I had with him here was our opportunity to meet with General, then Secretary Colin Powell for a few minutes downstairs privately. It was a pretty amazing experience. I never figured I'd spend a few minutes with Colin Powell, and because the beauty of Colin Powell, he was far more interested in talking to my father than the mayor, because he knew what my dad's service meant. And so as we're here today, many of you, I've spent many Veterans Days with you, celebrating you for your service. Rick and Mike and Jim, and we could go all over the room here. Today's pretty special because I'm reminded of why I went in to public service in the first place. And it was because of people like you who never knew my name, never knew where I was from, how I grew up. And you laid it all on the line for this beautiful experiment that is America. Home and abroad, danger, you help to protect freedom and democracy and make this world a better place. We're blessed to live in this city. I think this is one of the greatest cities in all of America. And you continue to serve. Continue to make our city safer, healthier, stronger. Veterans are leading the way. And so I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all that you have done, continue to do, and will do in the future. Our city is stronger, healthier, and safer because of your service. To our partners at Donato's and others, thank you for continuing to shine a light on our veterans and celebrating them. We're grateful to you, and thank you for your service.
All right, last bit. Can we give the speakers a round of applause, please? All right, a few minor retrograde instructions. So first, I'm just going to say, again, to Donato's, to the volunteers back there who have been here since 10 a.m., to the NVMM, and to all of you, please give another round of applause. All right. We have a significant amount of food remaining, and I can't fit it all in my truck. So, on your way out, for the people that you work with, for yourself on the ride back, to keep in your van, grab some of the chips, grab some of the food, take it back and share it with your colleagues. My ask, though, is that you just tell them what branch of service you are in, and maybe give them like a fun anecdote from when you served as you serve them pizza. And then for the Marines in the house, can I see another share of hands? Semper Fi. 250 years, 10 November, 1775, Hunt Tavern. They do sell crayons back there. Man, I already got my pack. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You crush them up, throw them in your lip. All right, so parking. If you all parked and you didn't bring your ticket and you haven't got it validated, meaning scanned at the front desk, you're going to get your steps in today because you're going to go back out, you're going to get your parking ticket, and then you're going to come back and you're going to get it validated. And then lastly, and this is probably the most important, other than, of course, the thanks, this year's gift, somebody hold it up, the fancy pick-a-nick blanket that you can keep in your motor vehicle. There are some individuals here who didn't register, or I wasn't able to grab their registrant in time because I had to print out the list. If you are one of those individuals, you're present and you haven't received it, I would just ask that you very quietly stand up now, go back and see Maria. Maria, raise your hand in the back. Wonderful. And grab your gift now. And then for those of you who have individuals who are either perhaps veterans but weren't able to make it today, if there are any left over after the volunteers and participants, of course, also get one, please grab one. And then the same story applies. You're going to hand it to them and you're going to share a funny story about your time in service. So we want to clean out the house, and please, we'll clean up the trash. Trash are located roundabout over here, and so please make sure that you use those on your way out. And then lastly, I would just say thank you very much and blessings to all you, and get back to work.